Now, no signs of the gunman, no signs of the gun. What happened in that apartment?
It's a very active police investigation. The story developing right now, new at 11. Eyewitness News reporter Josh Einiger is on the scene. Josh?
And Shada, you can see over my shoulder the crime scene unit's still here at the Pelham Parkway houses as they're trying to piece together exactly what happened here. Sources close to the investigation telling Eyewitness News they're going through video posted online using Facebook Live in some period of time before the crime actually took place as they try to figure this out. Tonight, anguished friends of Akeem Davis held one another and sobbed. They lit candles, all just 2 floors below the bloody crime scene. Police are trying to understand what led up to the shooting of the 17-year-old in a second-floor apartment here at the Pelham Parkway houses. It happened just before dawn. Sources close to the investigation telling us Davis and a group of friends had been hanging out in that apartment when someone pulled out a gun and shot Davis in the chest. When police arrived, they did not find a weapon. They also did not find the person who shot that weapon. The investigation now well underway as Davis's friends and family come to terms with this horrible loss.
He was into basketball though. He used to always play basketball at 8-9. He was a good kid though.
He was a nice, well-known kid. Very good, not a troublemaker. He didn't deserve that.
And back live well after 11 o'clock now, friends and family continue to congregate in front of a series of candles that have been laid out there over the past several hours as the investigation continues just a few floors up. As I said, police sources confirming that they are looking at a Facebook page, video posted to that Facebook page, which showed some number of people in that apartment in the period of time before the shooting. At least that can help them understand who was in there so they can try to figure out exactly how this shooting took place. We'll continue to follow it throughout the night. We are live in the Allerton section of the Bronx tonight. Josh Einiger, Channel 7 Eyewitness News.
Josh, thank you. New at 11, the search for a serial robber on Long Island. This surveillance video released tonight of an armed man who robbed a Subway shop in Lindenhurst yesterday. Police believe the same man is responsible for a string of store robberies spread across the island that began in March.
New at 11, New York cops tonight looking for the man they say was caught on video robbing another man on the subway. It happened on the Queens-bound E train. Cops say the suspect slapped a 36-year-old man in the face, then got into a scuffle with him and stole his cell phone. They say the suspect got off at the Sutphin Boulevard Archer Avenue station.
Great news for hundreds of thousands of commuters. Tomorrow, Metro North Railroad will be back to a normal schedule for the first time since that massive fire. Service suspended or modified since Tuesday night's inferno in East Harlem. Spilled fuel sparking the fire. Dozens of propane tanks found below the tracks in the Urban Garden Center. Turns out the business did not have permits for them.
Terrorism, the suspected culprit for an Egypt Air passenger plane plunging from the sky into the Mediterranean Sea. 66 people aboard Flight 804, the second air disaster for Egypt in a year. The flight from Paris to Cairo sparking new fears tonight about the threat of terrorism against air travelers. Meanwhile, Egypt Air tonight changing its logo from blue to black in light of this tragedy. Eyewitness reporter Jim Dolan at JFK, where tonight security top of mind. Jim?
Yeah, Bill, but the TSA says they're already on heightened alert in New York. They're always on heightened alert in New York, and that there really is no way to ramp up security sometimes. That, it seems, is cold comfort on a night when so many lives were lost. Passengers coming in from long flights tonight just happy to be on firm ground in New York.
It is part of the life. I mean, you want safety, trip, and that's the price you have to pay.
And resigned now to the headache boarding an airplane has become. Meanwhile, half a world away, they are searching for signs of Egypt Air Flight 804. 66 people on board, including 3 air marshals. A plane that had flown for 3.5 hours without incident and suddenly dropped into water 10,000 feet deep.
The fact that this airplane just disappeared at 37,000 feet, it was there one minute and it's gone the next, suggests that something catastrophic, something man-made, not related to the manufacturer of the airplane.
Flight 804 takes off at 11:09 from Charles de Gaulle Airport in Paris. At 2:30 a.m., the pilots enter Egyptian airspace and check in with air traffic control. Everything so far routine. Just 16 minutes later, though, the Airbus A320 suddenly disappears from radar screens. The Greek defense minister says radar showed the plane turn dramatically, sharply left 360 degrees, though some say the radar at that point was unclear. At 2:50 a.m., a final attempt to reach Flight 804 is met with silence.
If it turns out that this is a bomb, yes, you have to look at the whole security for all the flights. So where did the aircraft come from? What kind of bomb was it?
Relatives gathered at airports in Paris and Cairo, grieving and praying, and one man shaken to the core. Booked on Flight 804, he changed his flight at the last moment.
I'd much rather that they're careful and do the necessary checks than something happens.
No one has yet taken responsibility for downing that aircraft, if in fact that is what happened, and they may not know until debris from it is finally found. That hasn't happened yet. Reporting live from JFK, Jim Dolan, Channel 7 Eyewitness News.
Jim, thank you. More scandal tonight at Rikers Island, this time a smuggling ring. Busted. 17 arrested, including 2 correction officers. They're accused of working with the inmate to smuggle into the jail contraband, including drugs. Authorities say one officer sneaking goods into Rikers with help from the families of inmates. The defendant's now facing a variety of charges, including bribery and conspiracy.
In the race for the White House, Donald Trump spending this evening in central New Jersey. He was at a fundraiser in Lawrenceville for Governor Chris Christie. The $200 per person event raising money to pay off Christie's $200,000 debt from his failed presidential run. When Trump spoke, he announced that goal was reached. He also explained how he would fix America's trade deals.
I can tell you this. When Carrier and Ford and Nabisco leaving Chicago with their big plant, they're moving to Mexico. I'm not eating Oreos anymore. You know that. But neither is Chris. You're not eating Oreos anymore.
And outside the Christie-Trump event, dozens of protesters holding signs and chanting anti-Trump slogans. Now to the Democrats. Bernie Sanders' campaign taking exception with a comment by Hillary Clinton today. In an interview, she said she will be the nominee for their party. Sanders' camp putting out a statement saying Americans have, quote, growing doubts about her candidacy. Meanwhile, Clinton also saying today she would not rule out Sanders as a possible running mate.
Shouts of shame heard on the floor of the U.S. House of Representatives as Republicans voting down a measure to protect LGBT rights. Chaos erupting, as you can hear, after several Republicans switched their votes under pressure from House leaders, and that caused the vote to be lost, 213 to 212. The amendment proposed by New York Congressman Sean Patrick Maloney would have upheld an executive order barring discrimination against LGBT employees of federal contractors.
Well, police chief in San Francisco has resigned following a new fatal shooting by his officers. Chief Greg Scher stepped down tonight at request of the city's mayor. There have been 3 fatal police-involved shootings in the city since December. The latest one was today. They have prompted protest and calls for him to be removed.
A bridge overpass in need of a complete rebuild tonight after the span collapsed onto a busy expressway. A flatbed truck hauling heavy equipment in Oklahoma City slamming into the overpass today, causing most of the span to just crumble onto the road below. The truck's driver trapped under the rubble, but he survived. The road to the overpass now closed indefinitely.
Also new at 11, the NFL is agreeing to pay back taxpayer money it received to put on patriotic displays at football games. Commissioner Roger Goodell says more than $720,000 has been identified as money used inappropriately. It was first pointed out last year that teams were being paid to host color guard appearances, flyovers, and national anthems.
And weather-wise, hey, it was a pretty typical day for late May out there. Temperatures actually got above normal for a change. 72 is your normal high. We got up to 73 in Central Park. Right now, sitting in the upper 50s. A really nice evening out there. A couple of sprinkles over eastern parts of Long Island. Those exit overnight. Tomorrow morning at 7 o'clock, 57 degrees, mostly sunny and pleasant. Tomorrow's the best weather day of the entire week. Can't say the same for the weekend, unfortunately. I'm meteorologist Jeff Smith. In for Lee Goldberg, your full AccuWeather forecast is coming up in 7 minutes.
We'll see you in 7 minutes. Jeffrey, thank you. New at 11, could a trip to the grocery store soon cost you more money? That story straight ahead. Plus, a mystery in the woods, a plane wreckage found in our area. The pilot's dead, but who is he? And where's that plane from? And what led to this wild confrontation at a gas station with a bat?
Tomorrow at 11, an Eyewitness News investigators exclusive pulled over for drunk driving 3 times.
Your license has been revoked for 10 years.
And still driving trains packed with commuters.
You don't need a driver's license.
Do you want him driving your train? Tomorrow at 11 on Channel 7 Eyewitness News.
Hi, I need something that can